Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sahara Football. It's a fine Monday morning here, and I'm here to bring the performances of Ghanaian players abroad over the weekend. When Prince Boateng was back for SASSUOLO, Alfred Duncan was also on the score sheet. He scored a brace over the weekend. There were so many Ghanaians on show. Most of the leagues are on the break right now, and a few of them took part in their usual games. The last games of 2018. Yes, today is the last day of 2018. Tomorrow we usher in a new year, and we hope things will be greater and better than 2018 ever was. I'm your host, Selassie, and I'm going to talk to you about Ghanaian players abroad. But before I do that, as usual, I'll advise you to subscribe to this channel and subscribe to our second channel, which will be the first comments that will be pinned in this video. So subscribe to that channel as well. We'll be using it for amazing things next year when the league kicks off proper in Ghana here. So let me just jump right into it. In the Premier League, Watford took on Newcastle. Christian Atsu played 90 minutes and he drew 1-1 with Watford. Newcastle drew 1-1 with Watford, and I think this was an improved performance by Christian Atsu. If you can remember, I said the Newcastle fans were blasting Christian Atsu against Fulham last weekend, and he was dropped on Boxing Day against Liverpool, where they lost 4-0 actually. But this performance was much better from Christian Atsu. I know he's capable of much more, and I'm happy that he's living up to that potential. Now, Atsu was in top form for Newcastle United as they traveled to Watford and drew 1-1. But Atsu seems to have learned his lesson following what the fans had said about him earlier on. So this is some of the comments that were coming through when Christian Atsu, after the game against Watford, praising Christian Atsu. The same fans who said he wasn't doing well have now recognized that he has improved. So this is what some of them said. He said the TSN commentator literally went on a 2-minute rant about Newcastle United FC having no attacking talent, all while Newcastle moved the ball around the field. Atsu then kills off 2 Watford players with great skill. Richie's cross was perfect and Rondon heads home. Wow. Now, there was another comment. Fabulously worked goal by Newcastle. Christian Atsu must take the lion's share of the credit. Lovely drop of the shoulder to lose 2 Watford players. Simple, well-weighted pass to release Richie on the left. His first time cross gleefully nodded home by Rondon. Brilliant. That's much better. I know Christian Atsu is capable of much more, and we all know he's a great player, so it's positive and great that he's doing much more in this game. He said another comment came, we were shocking today. Newcastle very nearly got away with a classic 5-4-1 away steal, but apart from Atsu and Rondon, they were really poor. It was the opposite the other time around. When I brought you this story, Atsu was being blasted, really being blasted. Watching Newcastle is even more tortuous than usual at the minute. Rondon living off scraps but still gets on the score sheet. He has to stay fit. Atsu also has had his best game for some time, I thought. Wow, another one here. Hell man, I love Rafa's philosophy, but we are Newcastle and have never been able to see out a result. Rondon was the main man and Atsu had a good game. Good result, bearing in mind everyone around us pretty much picked up points. And another final comment. Halftime, Newcastle 1, Watford 0. Shout out to Christian Atsu. I'm really excited about this. Christian Atsu is showing that he's capable of much more, and we're happy he's doing well after being blasted last time out against Fulham for his shambolic performance. I move to my next game, Leicester City versus Cardiff. Leicester City, remember, beats Chelsea and Manchester City back-to-back, and they lost to Cardiff. Yes, Amate is still not back, and it's quite interesting to see. Now, Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Now, Crystal Palace, Jeffrey Schlupp played 69 minutes before being substituted, but Ayew was an unused substitute. Crystal Palace lost that game 1-0. Now, Fulham versus Huddersfield. Dennis Odoi played for Fulham. They won that game 1-0. Mitrovic getting that all-important vital goal. Now, in Italy, as I said, Free Aqua was in action with Empoli against Inter Milan. He faced his Black Stars teammate Kojo Asamoah. Now Sassuolo also took part, and Kevin Prince Boateng is back. Yes, Kevin Prince Boateng was back in action. He was back in action and he featured in this game for Sassuolo. Now Empoli were beaten by Inter Milan 1-0, a free Aqua, and Kojo Asamoah played for their respective teams full 90 minutes. And if you are someone, Kojo Asamoah was really great in this game. It was a great battle, a possible man of the match performance from Kojo Asamoah. They won that game 1-0. Now Sassuolo took on Atalanta, Alfred Duncan. Remember, Alfred Duncan is a Sassuolo player, and Sassuolo are interested in selling him away this January transfer window. A timely performance, and he scored 2 goals. They lost 6-2 eventually on the day to Atalanta, but Alfred Duncan did himself some justice by scoring those 2 goals for his team. Kevin Prince Boateng gave him 1 assist. Let's go have a look at Alfred Duncan's goal for Sassuolo against Atalanta, his 2 goals. So this was the first goal when they were a goal down. This was comeback goal. So they passed the ball, cut in and shoots, and brought them back into the game. Alfred Duncan brought them back into the game with this goal. Now let's have a look at the second goal. That was when they went 3-1 down. They were 3-1 down here at this point. Kevin Prince Boateng came on as a substitute in the game, and this was Alfred Duncan's second goal. Prince Boateng passes to him, and he shoots. A deflection, albeit a deflection, but it's still a goal. He pulled it back. They were back in the game at 3-2. Eventually, they lost that game 6-2, and Alfred Duncan's performance was great, but he couldn't do anything about that defeat. It was 6-2 there. Now Udinese took on Cagliari. And Nicolas Opoku was in defense for Udinese. He played 90 minutes for them and they won 2-0. He kept a clean sheet in that game. Now Napoli took on Bologna, and Alfred Duncan, Ghanaian player Alfred Duncan, was in the team and he was on the bench, unfortunately. So that has been it for performances of Ghanaian players abroad. I'll be looking at them from the EPL and the Italian Serie A. Now, over the weekend, Black Stars player Jonathan Mensa tied the knot with his longtime sweetheart. They tied the knot over the weekend. Let's go have a look at the video of the wedding ceremony. So that was a wedding ceremony there. We congratulate Jonathan Mensa on his union. We wish him the very best in his union, and we hope that it's a blissful union. There were so many stars over there. Black Stars coach Kwesi Appiah was there. So many of them in your pictures right now. They were there to support a brother out and to help him through this time and to make sure he had a good time on his wedding day. It's great to see him happy. If you remember on this channel, I brought you some news about him doing some community work in his area and so many other stuff. It was great to see such a guy. He looks like a great lad. He's a great guy, and it's great to see him finally tied a knot with his sweetheart. Kudos and congratulations, Jonathan Mensa. So that has been it for today, guys. I'll be bringing you performances of Ghanaian players abroad and the union between Jonathan Mensa and his sweetheart over the weekend. That has been it. 2018 is over. Today is the last day of 2018. Hope you guys have a great end of year and ring in the new year with cheer and jolly. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great end to 2018.